Hey guys, how's it going? This week we're supposed to talk about movies, and we did talk about it once before, but my movie taste has changed a lot since, like sophomore year is when I shot that video. So, I'm just gonna tell you some of my old favorite movies and some of my kind of current favorite movies. I don't really, honestly, I'm still not a big movie fan. I'm more into TV. So some of my movies are still the same, but I've grown up a little bit and realized that like some of the movies I listened to were kind of crap. So my favorite movies are Rent is always my first like top choice. Like Rent is my favorite movie. And I just can't explain why. It just touches me, you know? Just gets me every time. 13 is another one of my favorite movies. Um, it's I don't know, it's a little on the cheesy side when you think about I don't know, when you think about the concept of a 13-year-old girl going through all of that. It seems kind of dramatic, but when you realize that it's actually based on a true story, I think it was like Nikki Reed's life as a 13-year-old, then when you think about that, it's like that's really, it's interesting. But it is like the quality of the movie is kind of like low budget, I guess. It seems. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while, but it's still one of my favorite movies. I don't know. I like drama. It's crazy. Like Sam said, like she likes those crazy like fucked up movies. I like those too. Like 13 is just weird. The Lovely Bones is another one of my favorite movies. I haven't seen it in so long, but I just think the concept of it is really good, and I don't know, just it's a really beautiful movie, and I think that it's really sweet. And the dad, looking for his daughter's killer and all that. I think it was just a really sweet movie, and it shows the bond that they had as father and daughter. Prayers for Bobby, which is I want to say it's a Lifetime movie. I'm not sure. But it's about a gay teenager who commits suicide because his family doesn't accept him. And it was one of the first movies, like one of the first like gay films that I saw when I was, I want to say it was like 7th grade. And that movie just really touched me. Like, it was like, it opened up my mind. I was just like, how can somebody be so intolerant of someone that they drive them to kill themselves, you know? And so it just made me become more open to other ideas and know that your words can affect people and that you should love people for who they are. You know, that's family. You can't just disown them like that. And that movie it made me grow up. Burlesque is another one of my favorite movies. With Christina Aguilera and Cher. The movie itself isn't really like all that great. I think, the story of her leaving the small town and going to be like a burlesque dancer and all that stuff, like the story wasn't really all that great, but the music, I just really like the music, and Christina Aguilera is an amazing singer, and it was such a while that we got to see Cher. It was great to see her again and, see her perform. And those two together are just fantastic. So I really like Burlesque. I haven't seen it in a while. I own it. I'll show you all my DVDs later. But yeah. On to funny movies, because my favorite types of movies are romantic comedies or musicals. Date Night, which is my favorite. Oh my god, I love that movie. Steve Carell and Tina Fey are perfection together. They are so funny. That is like I think that was like my first PG-13 movie I saw when I was 13. I saw it in 8th grade, and I just could not stop laughing. And it's me and my friend's favorite movie. We always go and have like a date night to watch Date Night, and it is so funny. I have a Date Night poster on my wall. Love it. It's hilarious. White Chicks is another one of my favorite comedies. It's just classic. Like, it is so hilarious. It makes me laugh every single time. Making my way downtown, walking fast. Of course, Mean Girls. Mean Girls is also classic, and everybody quotes it, Everybody, even if you didn't want to see it, you've seen it somehow. Even if you haven't seen it visually, you've heard the quotes. You basically know the movie because everybody quotes Mean Girls. I don't care who you are. And it is just classic. It is so, it's just one of those movies that you never get tired of. Pitch Perfect. Pitch Perfect is one of the newer ones. And I don't really like new movies because, I don't know, I've just been turned off by the media these days. Like, everything is the same now. But Pitch Perfect just stepped it up. Like, the whole musical thing is coming back, I think. And it's like a musical comedy, so it's even better, And it's just like, with Fat Amy and everybody, it's so funny, and it reminds me of Glee a little bit, like with the community, and it's great. It's just wholesome and hilarious, and you can also sing along to it, so it's great. 21 Jump Street is another one that I didn't want to see because I'm opposed to anything that people say is funny. I have to discover it myself. So when I finally watched it, I was cracking up. It was really, really, really funny, and I was really surprised by that. It was just silly, and I don't know, it had a backstory, but you sort of forget about the backstory because it's just too funny. And I've only seen it once, so I don't really remember it all that much, but I just remember that it made me laugh so hard. Scott Pilgrim versus the World is, I don't really like the movie. I read the comics, and I don't like the movie, but just seeing the comics adapted as a movie, it was cool to see because I've never really read superhero comics and then seen a movie, but reading Scott Pilgrim and then seeing it on the big screen was like really, really cool. So I just thought that was cool how they brought the characters to life, and you got to see like Scott Pilgrim and Ramona, and I think you guys should see it if you haven't. It's really good. I mean, it's not like a good quality movie, I don't think, but I think it's funny just to see like Steven Stills and like all those people like come to life, and it's really good. I actually just started reading Harry Potter. I just started. I'm on the 3rd book, and I will prove it to you. I'm on Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And I read the 1st book and I fell in love. I read it like last year, and I was always opposed to watching Harry Potter. And now I see why everybody was obsessed with it back in the day. It is really good, and also seeing that adapted into a movie it was really good. I think Chris Columbus directed it or something along those lines. I don't know, but he actually directed Rent. So Rent is one of my favorite movies, and I knew that since he was a part of it that it was going to be really good because he's one of my like inspirations. So that was really good. And also The Hunger Games, I didn't really like the movie, but just seeing it adapted, like seeing it on screen, anything that you can read and then see. I know the book is always better, but just seeing it for the first time it adds something to it. So those are my movies. As you know, I'm not really a big movie person, so my movie tastes or, they don't really change that often. I wish they would make a Wicked movie. My camera decided to shut off on me, so I'm using my Kindle to film this, and it's really blinky and annoying. But I just wanted to show you guys my movies, the only ones I really own. And also, I didn't get to finish my sentence about the Wicked movie, but I was hoping that they would make a movie for the musical Wicked because it's one of my favorite musicals, and hearing the songs and seeing them on TV would be really cool because I never got a chance to see it off Broadway or at the Fox Theater or anything. So I'm hoping that one of these days they'll get Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth together and have them make a Wicked movie because I need that in my life. So I'm going to try to film this the best I can and show you guys my movies. Spirit, and then Ice Age, The Incredibles, Shrek 2, Finding Nemo, Lilo and Stitch, SpongeBob movie, Jump In, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, The Cheetah Girls, Catch Me If You Can, Burlesque, Rent, Selena, which is another one of my favorites. It is so sad, and it's beautifully put together, and it just paid tribute to Selena so well. Secret Life of Bees, which is another one of my favorites. It is, alright, let me see if I can tilt this. It is really good. It's about I guess it's about like I guess it took place during or before the Civil Rights Act, and people were still slaves and servants and stuff, and basically one of the servants moved into this house with this girl whose father was abusing her, and they took them both in and treated them as their own, and it's really, really good. How to Deal with Mandy Moore, White Chicks, Date Night, and then that's about it. And then over here I have my Glee the 3D concert movie. Front of the Class is another one of my favorites. It is about a teacher who has Tourette's syndrome, and first he wants to become a teacher, but none of the schools will accept him because of his Tourette's, and he finally, overcomes a school near where I live, takes him in, and they let him be a teacher because he's actually a really good teacher and he's really inspirational. And now he works at the elementary school that I went to, and I got to meet him, and he signed this for me. And it was a Hallmark film, and the guy is so sweet, and I suggest you watch this. And there's also a book, and it shows you that you can overcome anything, no matter what your disability or anything, and that you shouldn't discriminate against other people because they can do the same things as you. So yeah, that is it. I will see you guys next time. This video is kind of long.